All right. So today we're talking about the frequency of your domicile. That meaning that your home might be part of your soul family. Have you ever considered this before? This just popped into my orbit. And let me tell you why.
Welcome to Howling at the Moon, where the mystical meets the practical, and the canine spirit guides lead the way. I'm your host, Heatherleigh Strom. In 2022, I experienced a sudden, life-changing spiritual awakening. After a lifetime of struggling with who am I and why am I here? For 5 decades, the world felt cold and confusing. Now I see the patterns, the purpose, and the bigger magical picture. My mission? To help you find your way through your own awakening journey. Here, you'll discover limitless possibilities for spiritual growth, powerful healing frequencies, and extraordinary energetic professionals, each designed to guide you into deeper healing and remembrance. Some episodes feature enlightening wisdom from spiritually evolved guest healers, visionaries, and authors. Others are led by the multidimensional canine spirit guides themselves, sharing their unique intergalactic wisdom and frequency. If you've been craving deeper truth, multidimensional healing, and a little cosmic magic, you've just found your pack. Listen and watch on Spotify or YouTube and bring the magic back into your life.
So I stumbled upon this because right now I'm getting ready to leave a home I've had for 22 years. Now, for some of you, that's not a big deal. For me, this is highly unusual. My entire life, up until the point at which I moved into this house, I have moved every 4 years or less my entire life. And I am not a military brat. That's highly unusual. And it's highly irregular. And it doesn't really foster a rooted sense of connection with community or family or any sense of security for a child. So this pattern continued way into my adulthood. And when we found this house, everything changed. So let me set the stage for you because when I tuned into this house, I really started to see the big picture. And I never considered before that a home could be part of my soul family. So let me lay a few things out for you, set the stage, so to speak. We've been in this house 22 years now. We bought this house in 2002. And when we were looking for this house, I initially didn't even want to look at this house. It didn't meet my initial criteria. It had a swimming pool, which instantly knocked it off my list. It had one of those above ground swimming pools, which the sellers really thought was going to enhance the property value. And for me, it absolutely had the opposite effect. It repelled me. I did not want a pool to take care of, and it was an above ground pool, so it was really unsightly, and it just was not something I was interested in. So I had checked it off my list. However, the real estate agent brought us to see this house. And at first I didn't want to go in because from the front, it just looks like a shack. So I was like, "Oh, this is just gonna be a waste of time. Okay, I'll go in and look at it just to prove that I was right and I didn't need to see it." So when we enter this house, it's like it just gave me a big hug on the inside. Once I stepped through the front door, it felt like home. Every room I walked into gave me a bigger and bigger and bigger, warm, fuzzy feeling. Every corner I turned around, and this house was a lot bigger than it looked from the outside. And even better was the back of the house, the backyard. There's a little bit over an acre in the back, but it looks like 5 acres. It just is huge. And it's very quiet back here. It's like being in a my own private park, my own private sanctuary, lots and lots of trees. But my point is that this house was calling to me. It had been on the market for a while. No one had wanted it, but it was waiting for me. Everything had to happen just right for me to find my way into the front door. And as I look back on our lives here at this house, a lot of amazing things have happened. Early on, after we moved in, there were quite a few tornadoes that came through the area. Not a single one hit us. They all went around us. And there was even one particular tornado that split into two, and each part of it went on either side of us. Now we've lost a few trees through the years, but we still have the biggest trees, and there are a lot of mature trees on this property. And as I began to come out of my cocoon and connect with Mother Nature, and especially to connect with the trees, I was very thankful to have them around because they just felt like they cradled me. And there was something else really particular about this, or interesting about this house, because when we moved into this house, we had no idea how our life was going to transpire over the next 20 years. But it was almost as if this house knew, because it had everything for us that we needed. It had a 3-car garage that, surprisingly, the third bay had an exceedingly tall garage door. Like, there are very few vehicles on the road that would need a door to be that tall, except I did end up buying my van for my dog business that was 7 feet tall. And then later, we bought the, F-250 to haul around the RV, and it needed an extra large garage door to get it in the garage. So it's like the house kinda knew what we were gonna need, and we had plenty of space for all the dogs that were gonna come into my life, and that was probably the most important part of it. But as I looked back, because now I'm thinking for the first time of leaving this house, and as I looked back at what it had shared with me, I really began to understand on a soul level that this house, number one, had called to me, and number two, had really cradled me and protected me and looked after me and silently been my partner this whole time. And it had never occurred to me that this was a partnership. This was a soulmate. This house was my soulmate. And all of these wonderful memories came flooding in of all the times the house looked after me. This house has been an incredible experience. I feel so safe and so protected in this house, like nothing will ever happen to me. And we've had some trying times in this house. We've had to take care of this house too. So it's gone both ways. And it's been like a marriage, like a relationship, to be a relationship that I'm in with my house. I mean, it's hard to explain, but until this very moment, it never occurred to me that my house could be my soulmate. So as this was coming in, channeling in while I was on my bicycle this morning, I thought I really need to share this with humanity. It's really important that we understand that there are no accidents in our lives and how deeply connected everything is, not just people, Not just people with animals, not just people with trees and with Mother Earth and Mother Nature, but even really obscure, inanimate things. A rock can have a significant connection to you. So it's going to be really hard for me to leave this house. But the one thing that brings me comfort is that the house was looking for me as much as I was looking for the house, and it waited for me. So, what that tells me is now, as I go forward in my life and I look for a new house, all I have to do is tune into that frequency and remember this feeling, and I will find my new house, my new soulmate. And then another thought occurs because usually we don't want to leave our soulmates, right? Oh, she's telling me it's a soulmate, but aren't soulmates supposed to be together forever? Well, that's a human belief. And the house has been telling me that it's time for me to go. So it's not just that I feel like I need to move on at this point in my life, but I'm feeling a push from the house. Like the house is kicking me out, sort of gently and lovingly, but it's bidding me farewell and it's sending me on my way, knowing that I'm ready. The house, it sounds weird, but the house is telling me, "You're ready, honey. It's time for you to go. It's time for you to spread your wings and find your way and move on to bigger and better things." And that just warms my heart. Oh, it gives me a warm fuzzy. So if you've ever had this type of connection, and honestly, guys, I didn't know I had this kind of connection with my house until just now. I mean, I just kind of took it for granted, like if it ever made me upset, I would just sell it. But deep down in my heart, before now, I didn't want to leave. And now I'm seeing not only is my heart looking for something different, but my house is telling me it's time for you to go. So because I can feel that, I just know that everything's ready. I know that the person who needs this house next is ready. I know that the house that I need next is ready. And I just go forward in my life and on my path, knowing that everything is set up for me, that I will be cared for, and that the next house I connect with will also be my soulmate. And it will be another beautiful, enriching, supportive, deeply connected relationship. Only this time I'll know about it beforehand, not when I get ready to leave. So, this is my blessing for you today. I hope that you can find your soulmate house or your home or your condo. It could be an RV, it could be a van, whatever it might be. Tune in to wherever you are living and ask, are you my soulmate or am I still searching? And just tune in. See if that heart chord is there. See if that soul plug is there. And then enjoy your experience, enjoy your connection, enjoy what can happen between you and your soulmate when you really engage with each other. Okay. All right. So the canine spirit guides want to allow you, let's see, how do we put this? They want to provide you with an upgrade that will allow you to connect with your domicile soulmate a little bit easier, and it will be a little bit more obvious to you than it was for me. So we're going to download together a upgrade frequency that will help you to see this. now. Okay. And just remember that as we do this experience today, it's very much like a private um, healing session that I do. I call them the solo healing sessions with the canine guides. And if you like what you see here tonight, you might want to sign up for a healing session for yourself, because these sessions are really very general and they're not specific to any one person, because they are geared toward the general public and anyone who might watch it. So if you want some more specific information or some more specific healing for yourself, you can schedule an appointment on my webpage and get your own session. So it's called the Single Guide Healing Session. I call them solo sessions for short, and they're incredibly powerful. You get a bit of a reading at the beginning, and you find out which canine spirit guide wants to work with you. And then we go right into the healing session on the spot. So if you like what you see today, you might want to get your own healing from the canine spirit guides. Thank you for joining me today. The healing session for this episode with the canine spirit guides is now available exclusively through my subscriber portal on Substack. These energetic downloads are sacred transmissions, and by moving them to a dedicated space, I can connect more intentionally with those of you who feel called to receive them. It also helps me get to know you a little better so that I can more effectively serve and support this growing community. If you'd like to access the healing frequencies of this episode's Canine Spirit Guide and future transmissions, just head over to my Substack at heatherleighstrom.substack.com and become a subscriber. Whether you join us there or simply tune in here, the Canine Spirit Guides and I are so grateful to share this path with you. And be sure to stay put, because there might be more coming on this podcast. Okay, that was fantastic. I had no idea what to expect. That was a lot more than I expected, actually. So that's an incredible frequency. So those of you who have not yet found your domicile soulmate, maybe you're wandering around like I was, like a gypsy. Maybe you don't have enough money to purchase your own. You can always find the connection. So even if you don't own a place, it could be your domicile soulmate. And a soulmate doesn't have to stick around a long time. I've been in this house for 22 years. Some people have been in their home for 50 years. Some people move much more frequently, maybe every 10 years. So don't let that stop you. The duration does not determine the depth of the relationship. All right? So if you have any questions about this topic, if this is very exciting, I thought it was very exciting when I got the download, pop me some comments in the chat so I can see them. I can engage with you. Okay, until next time, love you guys.
Canine Spirit Guides, The Healing Power of Man's Best Friend by Heatherleigh Strom. We've always suspected dogs are magical angels from God. In this groundbreaking book, you'll discover the specific divine gifts our canine companions really possess, as they facilitate our healing, elevate our awareness, and expand our consciousness. Man's best friend has their own spirit guides, which is why they appear in our lives just when we need them most. This award-winning book, Canine Spirit Guides, The Healing Power of Man's Best Friend by Heatherleigh Strom, is available on Amazon.com and HeatherleighStrom.com. Get your copy today and begin your journey.